But that probably gets us in trouble.
What? I don't know why. We'll find out. Hey, welcome to... I'm going to try out.
Okay,
Ready? I'm going to try out the new one.
Okay,
all
here
right?
we go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Todd and Erin. I can't believe it's only noon show. Right? Because you're sitting at work and you go, it's only noon, right?
No,
so
it doesn't really have a
the
ring.
Todd and Erin... Well, it could
What
be the
about
Todd and Erin show. Really?
What about the Todd and Erin daily stream? Because it's daily. No. Well, so far we've got in the running. By the way, if you want to vote on Facebook, we've been asking people to give us some ideas.
Give us your idea.
Afternoon Delight is a strong second place, and number one was Todd and Erin Nooner. I live with Nooner because it essentially says what it is.
I do like Afternoon Delight because all I can think of is the Ron Burgundy show, and they're doing the harmony in his office.
That's true.
Right? So, but that's not good. I don't like it. Yeah.
Well, if it's good enough for Ron Burgundy, he's an
kind
anchor
of
man.
He's kind of a big deal.
People knew.
We should start. You want some adrenaline? Have you
Holy
not drank
crap! This is amazing.
enough coffee this morning? This happened. When did this happen? Yesterday.
You got the story right there.
I got it right here.
It's Trooper John Stanford.
Davis County Trooper. He's only been on the force for a year and a half. There was a wrong way driver. We've been having a lot of those. Sometimes it's intoxication. Other times it's old people.
It's elderly confusion. Yeah.
So
what was this case? I can't remember.
It doesn't matter. Watch this.
This is incredible.
Wait for the headlights coming in.
Oh, those are the headlights.
He's going 115 miles an hour right now.
No way. He's gonna risk his. Oh, dude, no way, dude. Oh.
Boom.
He literally.
Wait for it. Wait for his car hits the guard thing.
Oh my.
That's the cop car.
You're kidding me.
No, and he stripped the side of the other guy's car, took him out, put him, and saved him. Her, I'm not sure. And
it looked like there was a passenger in the car, so I'm guessing
anyone down the road was saved by him.
Unless he managed to unbury himself from his car airbag, because I'm sure that went off.
Let me give you a little demonstration of how this works. Usually the cops here's the bad car. Here's the cop. It's a pit maneuver, and they're driving down, and he takes this front corner of his car right there, and he hits it right about the tire, causing the car to spin out.
Really?
Good, safe move. This is what he did.
But he didn't have a choice.
Came head to head like this, and then took his car and put it into the other guy's car, taking him out. Crazy move.
Knowing he was totally going to get nailed into the side.
Oh yeah, they know it's not their car. They don't care.
He risked his life.
Mike,
that's
I want to
that
see
matters.
it again. Can we see it again?
Could you? Because that's amazing.
Because this is
Here's
unbelievable.
the part that would be hard for me. It's knowingly planning to do this. I mean, it's just. He said, I looked down at my speedometer and I was doing 115. Now, this is after 10 p.m. when the call went out over the radio.
The scariest thing is when the headlights show up right there. Oh crap.
Driver was going north in the south lane from Legacy Parkway to Highway 89. And he intellectually has to put his foot on the gas and do this thing. And he's, oh, man.
Like I said, it's not his car, but seriously.
No, he could have easily been killed by this maneuver.
So I heard about this.
Head on at 115 miles an hour.
I thought he had stopped, turned around, and went and chased him down, but that is ridiculous.
Yeah, but he had passed a pile of other traffic. He knew if they got much farther, they were going to hit head on and it says somebody in.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm actually stuttering, but that's just amazing to me. Wow. Trooper Stanford said he banged up his knee. He says, I think it worked out. No way.
Really?
By the way, the driver of the car was arrested on suspicion of a DUI.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what the reason was.
That was Brad Shea Blackner.
Okay.
Okay, Trooper John Stanford, you rock. You totally rock.
I'm trying to think what the bravest thing I did 2 days ago was. No. I opened a tube of those muffins that you cook, poppin' fresh.
Waiting for the sound. Yeah.
Like that. So that's the bravest thing I did.
No, okay. You chased a bear off to save my life. I think that's pretty cool.
I'm talking about the last 2 days.
I think it should count.
Last 2 days.
Saying.
So,
March Madness.
This is so funny. We've had upsets, right? And I haven't followed. I'm not I'm just not.
But we spent a lot of time
sports-minded.
in restaurants over the weekend because we were in New Orleans, and so I think we saw just at least chunks of every game. But the upsets,
restaurant/bar.
But the upsets were insane.
12 taking out number 1, and so basically there's enough upsets that of all the registered brackets that have been set up and online registered. Now you can do this in Vegas, you can do this. All these different sites you can go on for bragging rights, or money, and you set up and you put out your bracket, and then you could be. Do you remember what's his face offered $1 million?
No, he still does it. Warren Buffett does the Berkshire Hathaway contest. It's a $1 million a year for life. If any of Buffett employees correctly predict the winners for the first 2 rounds of March Madness.
Now here's the bad news: everyone got wiped out.
There's not a single bracket that hasn't been busted now. As a matter of fact, in the last one was Sunday when University of North Carolina, who are the defending champions, didn't even make the Sweet 16. So it's essentially, we have no idea what's going to happen.
So even you long shot bettors and someone who went to that college and they don't care and they're going to do it even though they're going to lose, they didn't even make it through. Picking the winner of the upset, it's just that's funny.
That's the thing. Even if you went backwards and I
never heard of this.
And placed bets on everything backwards of logically where it should be, you still wouldn't have gotten it right.
I don't think I've ever heard of this before.
They're saying and announced that they killed the 25 remaining perfect brackets. That was Sunday, and they said that every single bracket has now been broken. That there's not one single one left.
That's amazing. Oh,
this is why I love college ball, though, because they're crazy and they play their heart out and they're earnest and stuff, and they're risk life and limb, and this is where all the weird stuff happens.
This is where careers in the NBA are made.
Yeah, because they play with all the heart and they're all excited. I mean, they're adorable.
But this is funny because
Vegas is crying right now.
Every time. No, actually, Vegas is happy because they're never going to have to pay anybody out.
That's for sure.
They always come out, and I dislike it intensely. It's like, well, March Madness, and it cost the country $4 billion because of distractions. And it's like, oh, shut up. But now no one has anything to talk about. It's over. Sad.
Oh, honey, I didn't realize you were this invested.
We're being crushed by the man again.
I did not realize you were this invested.
I have something for Daisy.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I went to the store yesterday, and
really,
let me see if she's here. Well, of course she's here.
Well, I know she's.
Daisy,
I'm sorry, Daisy. I'm sorry.
Squeeze her in the middle.
She's such a nice girl.
Okay.
Wait, how's the Fitbit?
Let's see how many I've done.
You more strutted into
Yeah,
that.
I strutted. I've done 6,354.
Nice.
Not bad.
Yeah, hello.
That's not bad.
And we're only at noon.
Okay.
You know what this means?
If you've been following along with the Todd and Erin morning stream, you know that our British expatriate, Daisy, is reintroduced to American food, usually against her will. Now, when you've introduced us to stuff, it's always been delicious and tasty. And British food is delicious. Even the spotted dick.
On Memorial Day, we went on a road trip, and you ate Slim Jims.
Yes.
And jerky.
Yep.
And Funyuns.
Funyuns. They were good. And that funny pineapple drink.
That weird Mountain Dew pineapple diet.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that.
And you were so good, and you were so brave.
Yes.
Now, there is one quintessential American food, I'm not going to lie. This has been a quintessential American food since World War II.
Are you ready? Spam.
Spam.
You don't think you can do it?
I don't think I can do it.
It's a very innocuous potted meat.
Are you going to do it?
What happened? Hang on. Don't worry about me, ladies.
Spam. It looks.
You know, it's like the state food of Hawaii, and I spent 3 weeks there once, and literally I ate spam every day.
You know what the nice thing about spam is? If you turn the can upside down, it says wads.
Okay.
Well, now I want to eat it.
Yeah, see?
I suppose we could eat this much.
You're really going to do it? I am so impressed by you.
So you've never consumed spam before?
No. Oh, no, that looks so disgusting.
Wait, in Britain, you guys have the little cocktail wiener things.
Yeah.
You had potted meat for World War II.
It's actually got just a tiny bit more texture than the cocktail wieners, which could be advantageous.
Foul.
Now, this is the part where it's troubling, because when it comes out, there's a disturbing gelatinous surrounding.
I can't decide if I want the sound or if I want the view of it.
Do you have to cook it? Or
Oh, no.
You can just eat it straight out of the can. Yeah.
how much would someone have to pay you to eat that whole thing?
What do you
I don't
got?
think there's enough money.
What do you got on you?
It smells, though. It smells of horrible
It smells of despair and children's
Yeah.
tears
and meaty meat.
and carcinogens.
Well, this was
Those
big
things.
in London and Britain because of World War II. They had no kind of food, so they had to have canned meats.
Todd,
Wow,
why
that-
don't you munch
that
on it
is-
and we can watch you?
It's very
Yeah,
aromatic.
honey. It's aromatic. Yes, it is.
That too.
Hey, Todd, why don't you have the first bite?
It
I
just-
think it's fair.
Oh my god.
You forgot that he eats chicken in a can.
Yeah.
So
He's trying not to do it. He's like, this is so gross.
It's actually really yummy for the first 15 seconds.
And then does it
Settles-
have that horrible minerally?
It settles
metal?
in.
No,
Mhm.
I
No.
can't. I feel nauseous.
all right, we'll both have a little tiny bit. What do you say?
Can you just do a little?
Okay.
I haven't had this. Oh, when did I go to Hawaii? College. So it's been a while. Maybe it's gotten better
Like-
since then.
You know they have 5 different kinds at the grocery store. They have spicy, they have low sodium, and they have hickory and barbecue.
Look, this is the size
Is
I'm
it-
going to have.
Okay.
Barbecue sounds pretty good.
Barbecue, anything sounds good.
Cheers.
Okay.
Wait for me.
Todd's going to have another massive piece.
I think you're trying to prove your manliness in some misguided way. Is
3, 2, 1.
No, it's as bad as I remembered.
That's actually not as bad as I thought.
Well,
It's really salty.
more?
No, absolutely not. But,
Really?
I mean, it's foul, but I thought it would be worse than that.
There's a
Do you
troubling
wanna
gamey.
throw up into my hand?
I love you too much.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a troubling gamey taste in there somewhere that reminds me of like wild boar or something.
But also like a metal wild boar. There's
Yeah.
a slight like metally taste
Yeah.
in
There
so
is
when
a
they say that's
secret.
so metal, that's actually what they mean.
There is
Yeah.
a secret to this, and if you take it and put it in a pan and grill it and fry it, it tastes like fried spam.
there. With some nice pineapple rings or something.
And buried it, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gross.
In Hawaii, there's spam omelets, there's fried spam sandwiches, there's fried spam barbecue. Yeah. There's
Tomorrow, sushi too. Tomorrow,
Fancy.
No, there's spam sushi.
there is.
Sushi.
Sushi. That's a good one.
Ooh, oh,
This could be a new discovery.
wads. Tomorrow, if you remember, I made my own sauerkraut last
Yes.
week, and it's been fermenting in my refrigerator for the last
What did you
5
just
days.
ferment? Okay, fermenting.
Fermented. What did I say?
What about Brussels sprouts? Do we still have those?
I have those too.
I would like to try that.
Anything pickly, I'll eat for days.
Right.
Like you
So-
can give me a whole jar and I'll just.
Tomorrow, we're
Really?
bringing them in
Oh, yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah, vinegar.
Tomorrow we're going to bring them in, and you're going to taste them.
So do you want me to go and throw that away, or are you going to have the rest of it?
I
for
might
lunch?
nibble during some
we
news.
might need an incinerator.
Eat it during news.
I just picture it like trying to climb back out
Yeah.
of the garbage can,
Yeah.
like chuckling
Well,
kind
thank
of
you,
wetly.
Daisy.
Are you proud of me? Though?
I am
I
so
actually
proud.
did it. I said no, and then I was like, no.
You
I'll
said
do
no,
it.
hell no is
Oh,
what
yeah.
you said.
Yeah.
I'm really amazed.
Yep.
Oh, there's some jelly on the table.
Maybe could you put that somewhere else because it smells.
It smells like spam, like goodness in a can. Survival food. The only problem with this, if you use this for home storage, is the fact that you have to rotate the cans, which means you have to eat them.
Yeah, that's always the problem with food storage.
Because when the big one goes off, you don't care. You'll eat your cat. You don't care. But if you're
But we
rotating,
don't have a cat.
right? But if you're rotating foods, like you have to, because the cans don't last forever, you actually have to use the cans and eat them. And so that's what spam is dangerous for.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
We got some criminals in this state that are.
This was the most awesome thing that I had to talk about it because I can't even begin to
You
imagine.
want a kiss? I have spammy bread.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
People. I can't even imagine this would be possible.
Okay.
Alrighty. Now, if you've ever been to the Victoria's Secret stores in Las Vegas, they're big and beautiful, and they have some of the
They have
cool-
wings. They have wings.
They have wings, and they have some of the cool casinos, and down at the Fashion Mall, which is spectacular.
And guys think that the models live in there.
Well, here's the deal. Three
And
people.
there's no way to walk in a single guy without feeling a little creepy. Go ahead.
3 people were just pulled over on I-15 for suspicion of other things.
Right.
But while the police were looking through it, they found more than $500,000 in underwear and other merchandise from the Victoria's Secret stores in Las Vegas. Now,
I know their stuff's expensive.
I have purchased bras from Victoria's Secret before.
I have purchased them for you.
And it's an investment financially. And,
how much?
But I do love it because you get that misty look in your eyes when I bring home one of the pink and black bags. But $500,000 worth of merchandise. That would be like...
How many bras?
That would be like the store. I mean, how could you possibly shoplift $500,000 worth of merchandise?
And put it in a car. That's like a break-in, you know?
But I mean, that's what they say though. Is that there were 3 of them, and they would work in pairs. One would distract.
Oh, they shoplifted.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Wow!
Though. So it's not even like they broke into a warehouse and took out like cases of stuff. How many?
That's dedication.
$500,000.
And if you're really into lingerie that much, you know during the robbery you'd be holding up a thong and going, "Does this make my butt look big?" Like that, right? You would.
But these days, you want them to say, yes. Yes, it does.
Oh, the booty thing.
Oakland booty.
I
don't have the Oakland booty.
Okay, so...
$500,000 worth of lingerie and other items. I'm thinking, unless you actually picked up the store and stuck it into your car.
And everyone's purse that was shopping there.
How could you possibly have stolen that much stuff?
You know what this means?
What?
This means there's a black market for bras from Victoria's Secret.
eBay is going to be suddenly flooded with lacy unmentionables.
There's a guy in a trench coat going, you want a bra? That's not creepy at all.
We should go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom.
Sure, we should talk more about lingerie. Yeah, I could eat more Spam now.
She's brought to you by Always Black Friday, 30 to 75% off every day. Utah credit approval. Bad things happen to good people, but look, you can still get a reliable automobile, often in less than a day. You can go to UtahCreditApproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. This is a good time to get your furnace checked out. Make sure that everything's working properly to save some money. It's allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, if you've cleaned your mouth of the hideous potted meat, perhaps you could tell us what's going on.
Hello, everyone. Here's what's making news on Wednesday, March 21st on GephartDaily.com. Police in West Valley City are investigating an officer-involved shooting that happened early Tuesday afternoon about half a mile from Hunter High School. Investigators say a Granite School District officer was approaching a carload of teens he believed to be smoking pot when the vehicle lurched toward him. Police say the Granite officer ended up on the hood of the car and fired at least one shot through the windshield, critically wounding the driver. The other occupants ran into the surrounding neighborhood, spawning a massive police search. The Granite officer was taken to the hospital where he was treated for cuts and bruises. The search for the other suspects is ongoing. A motorcycle rider died Tuesday night after colliding with an SUV near Redwood Road and Crossroads Boulevard. Saratoga Springs police said the accident occurred about 8:50 p.m. and involved the single motorcycle and the SUV driven by a female in her mid-40s. The driver of the SUV reportedly told police she simply did not see the motorcycle. The victim's name was being withheld pending notification of family members. And 5 people were taken into custody late Tuesday night after a series of fights broke out at a West Jordan apartment complex. Police were called to the Broadmoor Village apartments at 3375 West, 7800 South just before midnight, where groups of people had been fighting throughout the evening. Officers were approaching a car full of people that had been seen in the area when one of them ran off. Police canines ultimately sniffed out the man before he joined 4 other cohorts who were already in custody. And time now for the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by our most excellent sponsors at Brio Technologies, Utah's top audiovisual specialists. If you're putting on a show, these are the guys to know. And also by our brand new sponsors at Magic Wash, home of the long-lasting ceramic car wash with outlets in South Ogden and Layton. The second day of spring is here. Once again, we can expect mild temperatures ahead of a small storm front moving in towards the weekend. Expect mild temperatures with highs in the 60s beneath increasingly cloudy skies. You can also expect an occasional sprinkle or two along with increasing winds. That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, thank you, Daisy. There is something about, if you're a two-car family, it's something about I drive home and I pull in the driveway and I look at Erin's car and it's like immaculate. The armor all on the tires, they're shiny and stuff, and it just kills me. Well, Magic Wash in South Ogden and Layton, they are even better than what you're used to.
Well, they call it the ceramic car wash. They use ceramic soaps and waxes. They have their own polymers that they mix together, and it does a much longer finish. So not only is it shiny, but it also stays cleaner longer, and it goes on like the magic carpet because they have a conveyor belt, which is pretty cool.
That works differently. And you know what? What a great way to quiet your kids down for a minute and a half.
It's entertaining. And they always have the bright flashing lights and the pretty colored soaps. But the thing that's nice is they're doing the grand opening on Saturday up in South Ogden. You and I are going to be there.
Yep.
And we are giving away monthly passes where you can go in and get it washed as much as you want.
No, that's not true.
We're going to give away one right now. Now, you'll need to come up to Ogden and say hi to us to pick it up on Saturday. But if you would like to win a full 30-day free car wash coupon, you can just say Magic Wash somewhere on the show today on Facebook. By the way, it just depends on where you're looking. If you're on Gephardt Daily or Gephardt Approved Facebook page, say Magic Wash.
Give them the date today in case they're watching this on demand.
Oh, yes. Today is Wednesday. It is the 21st. And then if you're on the Todd and Erin conversation on our Facebook page, just say Magic Wash. I'm giving away a monthly coupon. I'm going to do more later on this afternoon, too, so keep an eye out.
Always Black Friday, 80 to 30% off everything they have in the store.
30 to 75%
that too, and all you have to do is go to their website and you'll see what they have in stock at the moment.
I bought Todd's Christmas present there.
I love my Christmas present.
Massive Calphalon package of pans.
Tell me something good.
All right, this is pretty cool. This actually happened to my sister, and she pretty much said the same thing, but she didn't do the big sign.
She missed out.
The big sign is the key here. Now, this is the deal. Amanda Needham uses her bike literally. I mean, for she lives in downtown. She
Brooklyn.
can't afford anything else. And once you know how it is if you're in Brooklyn, you have no other transportation.
Read the sign.
So what she said is, to the person who stole my bike, I hope you need it more than me. It was the only way that I could get to work, and I can't afford another one.
She paid $200.
Next time, please steal someone's fancier bike. Please don't steal
a
mine.
millennial's Peugeot is what she said.
Oh, it's just so sad. So she was frustrated. She knew nothing was going to happen. But
she put it up out of anger.
She just thought it was so unfair because it's true. It's like, it's your only thing.
And guess what happened?
Well, a few days after hanging the sign, two men knocked on her door with a blue mountain bike in hand. They said,
"Oh, ma'am,
my own bike's been stolen, and I know what this is like, and I know this is a teenager-sized one, but you're a girl, and I thought it might fit, and we wanted to give it to you." And she said, "I was flustered by the offer, and I tried to deflect, saying I really appreciated it, but it wasn't about the bicycle." She said it was about their desire to help. So she was kind of excited.
But
she
it wasn't.
A bike.
It wasn't over again.
Well, a few more days later, stop doing that. You remember what it sounds like when it taps?
That's a knocking on the door.
A middle-aged woman had seen it, and she said, she knocked on the door, and she said, what kind of bicycle do you need?
Right.
And Amanda said, well, I've been cutting back on my grocery budget, and I'm trying to do a bike sharing service. And the woman said, no, I want to get you a bike. And so she actually pulled it out of the trunk of her car and set it by the side. So moments later, an art dealer named Steve Power rang the buzzer. And he said, "Is this your sign?" He said, "I passed it on my way to the studio. I took a picture, but the more I thought about it, the more I wanted to do something." And she said, "Look, this is really nice." She said, "I got a mountain bike from one stranger, and I got a nice hug and a new bike from another lady that I'm going to donate to charity. So I'm just moved that people are being so nice." And he said, "Well, I posted a picture on Instagram, and a few of us started talking, and I wondered if I could buy the sign off you," said the art dealer.
"For how much, Erin?"
"For $200. Sure enough, he bought the sign off Needham for $200.
That's funny.
He's caused a global stir on social media because, of course, he has a massive following.
Right.
And so a means of paying forward for all the generosity she'd received, Needham went to a local bike repair shop and asked if she could get the teenager-sized mountain bike fixed up for a new home.
There you go.
You know, we have something actually that's very similar here, and it's a huge thing, and it used to be one of your favorite charities.
It still is. It's the Bike Collective here, and they're in Ogden and Provo and Salt Lake City. And here's the deal. What they do is, number one, they take donations of old bikes, and they fix them up. Who fixes them up? Kids fix them up. They give classes to kids, and they come out and they fix up their own bike. Now think about this. Losing weight, being healthy, being outdoors. Plus, mechanical stuff, they learn it. They have people who teach them and stuff.
There's a lot of women's-only classes that are a lot of fun.
Women's-only classes taught by women, and so no one talks down to you because you're smart people. We know that. Guys, co-ed, all this stuff, and they just circulate bikes.
And one of the things I love most about them is they work a lot with the 4th Street Clinic, which is the free healthcare for the homeless and low-income families. And they give these bikes out free there because for a lot of the people who are homeless, you don't have transportation. You don't have a way to go to a job or go to a job interview.
Or a medical appointment. And here's the deal. When they give away the bike, they give away a lock.
A big deal.
So it's their bike.
Isn't that wonderful?
It is a good story.
So it's the bike collective, if you want to look it up online.
Hey,
it's pretty amazing.
Really quick, let's talk about Christopher's Prime Steak and Rib and beautiful side dishes shop and store.
Yeah, cheesecake. Don't forget the cheesecake. We're giving away dinner for 4. They've been so generous, and they've done this the entire year with us. And basically, it's your chance to reconnect with people you love. Maybe you haven't had a chance to sit down and really laugh and talk. And what better place to do it than with immaculately beautifully prepared food. So all you have to do to enter is just mention Christopher's somewhere on the show today. You can do that on the Gephardt Daily or Gephardt approved Facebook pages. Or if you're with us here on Todd and Erin, just mention Christopher's and you're also in the running. We'll draw that at the end of the week.
Coming up next, Stephen Hawking. What are they going to do with his ashes?
It was very sad when he passed away.
It is, but wait till you see where he's chosen to be. It's coming up next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by UtahCreditApproval.com. Bad things happen to good people, but you can get your credit back on track and get a reliable automobile by giving them a call. 801-404-7201. And also by Columbus Travel with spectacular deals on cruises and all-inclusive vacations. Go to ColumbusVacations.com. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, where they have a winter special that they can check out your furnace and make sure that it's operating efficiently, saving you hundreds of dollars in energy bills. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Did you know that you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com any time of the day or night?
You know what's so funny is the top right-hand corner of that shot of the mountains, there's a bowl up there, it's north-facing bowl, and I've noticed this ever since I moved here, is that the snow hangs in there until like the end of July, early August.
With its little icy
Just
fingertips.
hanging on. There's probably some little snowboarders up there running it.
This really is amazing.
Stephen Hawking.
Now, if you think about the power of this man's beautiful, massive brain and what he taught us about black holes and about science and the fascination he caused in 3 or 4 generations of kids to learn more, and it was in this tiny little body, this tiny tortured body, and yet he created incredible technology for the rest of us.
I saw some pictures of him being a dapper lad in college.
A dapper lad.
He was a dapper lad. And he taught us about stuff that he discovered. Okay, so black holes. He discovered them before anybody could see them or whatever. Not only did he do that, but he also found out and discovered disappearing black holes, which no one had seen a black hole yet, and now they're disappearing. But anyway, his intellect was just huge. And then
now, of course, he was educated at Cambridge University in England, where all the smart people go, and he actually taught there for quite a while as well. And so Cambridge is sort of the end-all, be-all. It's the thing. It's amazing.
So where do you put the ashes
of such a mighty and beautiful brain?
How about Westminster Abbey? How about next to
Cambridge?
Sir Isaac Newton.
That's so perfect.
That is so perfect.
That is absolutely wonderful. What a better combination.
Just down the road from Charles Darwin. It's like if you sat there, you would be smarter just for being there.
Just by osmosis.
Oh my gosh.
The air and the dust might make you smarter. It's true.
How cool is that?
Isn't that amazing? And it's a perfect place to honor him.
That's what they said. And you know, it's funny, and I feel kind of foolish. I didn't know he was from England because I've never heard his true voice.
You didn't know Stephen Hawking was British?
No, but I've never heard his voice.
Yeah, because everything was computerized. You're right.
That's so cool.
So he's being honored perfectly, and now he's free.
That's great. All right, what else? Pirates.
They finally become PC at Disneyland.
So
this is very exciting.
So first of all, Pirates of the Caribbean. You go through, and the scenarios that they have, and the dog with the keys, and the
That's still one of my favorites.
pirates still trying to get the key, and they won't because the dog is smart.
I know they have all the fancier rights, but that's still like my favorite.
And
It's so cool.
And the mayor being bobbed up and down in the well. We've all been there, most of us.
And then all the sobbing wenches, because apparently they're getting auctioned off.
Right.
And I had never even thought of that before. Like, oh yeah, that sucks. But apparently somebody finally had said it often enough.
They had already done the Paris one and changed that scene, as your boat goes through. And so they were auctioning off women. And so they went and changed it. And so what they're doing now is the lady in red.
Yeah, they're all tied up. And yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, they're auctioning. Yeah, there's something going on there.
It's a wholesome thing for Disneyland.
So what they're doing now is they're auctioning off the riches of the people who they ransacked.
All the pirated goods, like all the fancy clothes and the expensive furniture and everything. So that's actually a great switchover. That was funny.
While they were on a roll, they should have something with It's a Small World.
Nothing can fix a small world. Todd and I were trapped in a boat once, and It's a Small World for like an hour and a half. There's only so many times you can hear that song before you start to cry.
We had a friend who just went there, and he took his girlfriend. His girlfriend had never been there before, and he spent like 4 months building it up that was the best ride at Disneyland.
He must have suffered a head injury as a child. That's all I
They should upgrade it. They should do a rap version.
You cannot fix that.
It's a small
And I'm sorry if I'm
after
hurting
all.
your feelings and it's your favorite, but
It's a small world.
No.
It's a good place to take a nap.
No.
But
It's like a musical carcinogen. I'm sorry, it is. No, and you can't dubstep it. No, you can't.
It's
can't
a
do it.
small world after all.
No, don't even start.
Sad story.
This is one of the saddest things. My brother-in-law is British, South African, and his family actually had a nature preserve, wildlife preserve, and they were very proud because they had one of the last white rhinos, which
Right.
is a very treasured thing. As I remember, there were 3 of them left in the world.
Well,
by
here's the
time he
deal.
left.
This is Nairobi, and they've got the male white rhino. There he is. He's like the best friend. Everyone loves him. He was like very stoic, and he was gentle and things like that. Well, here he is, and he is the last male, which is horrifying. And they had to euthanize him because of injuries of his age and infections and stuff that they couldn't stop. And so they actually had to euthanize him. But isn't it, usually I think when things went extinct, they were in the wilds, like, hey, where are those blue birds anymore? Or where'd that red thing go?
Well,
that
we actually watched the end of a species right in front of us, and it's heartbreaking. I mean, it really is.
So as you probably think, they did store some of his semen, and they have 2 females. They have 2 females.
They will utilize the genetic material.
They are trying to build a group of white rhinos based on 1 male and 2 females. This is like when you get dropped off in a world and asked to repopulate it.
Yeah, no pressure there.
How difficult this is going to be, and how quickly it could go terribly wrong.
Fingers crossed. That's all you can do.
Ugh.
All right, let's go back to something soothing and gentle, shall we? Now, there are 9 things that healthy, happy people do not have in their bedrooms. Now, they had actually done this.
I thought it said bathroom. Need the glasses. Go ahead.
They'd actually done this as part of research for a wellness study that they were conducting, and they kept asking people who were healthier, who went to the doctors less, other than basic checkups, who
Right.
had less injury, who better longevity, blah blah blah. And they found a couple of things that were fairly consistent that went through them. One was they tended to be early risers.
Okay, can I check our
So
list?
I'm going to die early.
How we are going to do on this list?
Pretty
Okay.
much.
All right, go ahead.
But they also found
Early riser.
intriguing findings about the bedroom. There were 9 things that set them apart. Number 1,
Okay.
they don't have carpeting. Carpeting is dust mites. Carpeting is
I have
sore
carpeting.
throats and allergies.
We have carpeting.
Yeah, we have carpeting.
Ugly that's not our carpet.
Less carpet means fewer allergens and fewer congested mornings. Number 2,
Number 2.
really bright colors. Now, maybe you like all the wonderful flamingos of the oranges and the reds and the yellows and blah, blah, blah. However, they say the eye can't take the stimulation and that it'll still go back and it'll still start trying to track all the different colors.
The lights are out.
Well, but you're still spending time with the lights on.
Getting
in the
ready
bedroom.
for bed.
Yeah, so they say that it actually ratchets up a level of anxiety, which makes it harder to sleep.
Okay. So we don't have that, and we do have carpeting. Go ahead.
Light filtering curtains. Now, you know, the gauzy white
You're
curtains.
crazy
They
about
flutter in the
this.
breeze, and the sun comes streaming through, and it's like that. And it's
Erin
really
sleeps
beautiful.
with the light on.
However, they say no. They say you want either the blackout shades or
Yeah.
the blackout curtains. And we have the blackout shades, which you insist on employing.
I would
all the
spray
time.
paint black. If I had my way, I would spray paint the entire window.
They say light pollution
black.
from LED streetlights in nearby homes upsets your circadian rhythm and adversely affects your health.
Okay, so we
This
have that
one-
going for us.
This one is totally random. Snarky art.
Yeah, see?
They say keep all your snarky out in the living room so all your friends know how clever you are, but let your bedroom be an irony-free zone. Say you have to do only good vibes, only things that are wonderful and happy, and that makes all the difference. And of course, this next one is tiny doodads, clutter. You see this? You have your China figurine collection in the bedroom, and you have the big piles of crap, and you're like, maybe you got
Right.
all those dolls. I had a
Your
girl.
spoon collection next to your thimble collection.
I actually went to a girlfriend's house once to comfort her after a breakup. You know her, Hope. And I went into her bedroom, and she had a gigantic collection of dolls massed on her bed. And I went,
Didn't know it.
and I'm like, yeah. Has he seen your bedroom? And she goes, well, yeah, of course. And I went, okay.
Okay, so we don't have that.
Smartphones. Your phone is screwing up your relationship, and that's according to like 1 billion articles. I think we can all talk about that. Lack of communication when your partner's trying to tell you something heartfelt and meaning, and you're checking your texts
And
and
then she
nodding.
goes, and then you go, oh, and then later you'll be hit by an 18-wheeler,
They say that try to make it a phone-free zone, and people are like, yeah, but that's my alarm clock, and they're like, go get one, or position it just outside and make it really loud.
Would you ever do that?
No, not ever.
Ever once? Never.
Do you want?
For one day?
Do you want to take away all my joy and happiness in life?
Yes. That's why I'm here. Don't you know what? That's why you get married.
Oh, that's so harsh. That's snarky art that stays in the living room. This is weird. A poorly positioned bed.
Yes.
Feng shui, excuse me. This is interesting. You're supposed to make sure that your feet are not directly in line with the door. In Chinese tradition, the dead are carried out the door feet first. So that alignment is called the coffin position. And if you've got it, you should reposition immediately.
So if you can run full speed down your hallway and launch yourself, if you can land on your bed, it's in the wrong place.
All right, that's a bulkier way of saying it, but sure,
Right,
I'll go with
okay.
that. Pets. That means Gil has to leave.
No, Gil doesn't
No,
have to leave.
I was lying there at 2 o'clock in the morning, and Gil was licking himself loudly.
All that, yeah. I don't think they need to hear that.
Can you sleep with that?
What?
The television. They said, as bad as you think the smartphone is for your relationship, they say the television is the kiss of death. They say that it takes away any kind of intention of rest or romantic activity.
Oh, really?
And that all your attention is focused once again on the TV. And even they say that if you're thinking, well, later, but it's like, no, your brain will still be on the TV, wondering what's on.
I'll throw that
Did I miss
sucker out when I
something?
get home. Along with your phone. We both have to sacrifice.
It's your TV.
That's true.
I never asked for a TV in the bedroom. You did. I could take my little innocent phone and remove it from the bedroom, showing my love. But I wonder if you could do the same with your TV.
Screw you. Okay, so.
So anyway, that probably doesn't help you any, but it'll start a few fights today, so I think that's also good.
Adam Levine is crying on TV. Who made him do that?
It wasn't on TV. It was during a road stop with a police officer, and it was Blake Shelton who did it.
Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
Hollywood.
Welcome back to the Todd and Erin something stream.
Oh, it's only noon?
We're still not sure.
That's what I'm going with.
Hollywood Connection brought to you by Connect Heating and Air. If you go to UtahHeatingandCooling.com, you'll find out they have 24-hour emergency service. And believe me, I've seen the trucks around. I know that that's for real. Okay, this is the funniest story. And Blake Shelton's always the nice guy. You know, he was People Magazine's sexiest man alive
I've watched The Voice. He's the little bit of the devil.
Really, is he?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He's a wisecracker, yeah.
Well, apparently, Kelly Clarkson and Blake Shelton were watching Adam Levine and Maroon 5 perform on New Year's Eve. They were doing part of the tour for The Voice.
Okay.
I think they were in the audition stage, and they went, "Hey, that's fine. We get to go see him.
Right.
It'll be fun." So they're back in the car, and everyone's kind of cheerful, the three of them, and they're talking, having a great time. And this is, once again, New Year's Eve, so the police are super alert.
They are.
And this is Oklahoma, where there's long stretches of road. Apparently on one of those long stretches of road, Blake Shelton was a bit of a leadfoot, and he was racing down, and the police officers pulled over. Now, Adam Levine is from Los Angeles.
Right.
When an LAPD officer pulls you over, you go, "Yes, sir, anything you want, sir. Here's my hands carefully in sight. Yes, sir, thank you, please don't shoot me."
And what band is he with? I'm sorry.
Maroon 5.
That's right. Go ahead.
So, here's the deal, though. Kelly Clarkson's a Midwest girl, and so is Blake Shelton's Midwest too. And they said, it's not that we don't respect the police, but we knew we hadn't done anything wrong. And so, they say, in Oklahoma, if you got a good point, sometimes you talk back. And so Kelly Clarkson's talking back to the police officer and saying, no, that's not what happened. No, you are completely wrong. And Blake Shelton's throwing in a couple of comments every now and then. And Adam Levine is curled up in the corner, beginning to sob because he's like, we're all going to die. We are going to die. And he was literally in tears by the end of it. He's like, Kelly, shut up, and it's getting really intense. Shut up, Kelly.
I don't know these two people.
It was but eventually, of course, the officer said, oh, yeah, okay, and let them go. But by then, poor Adam had been crying like a baby.
First of all, I find it weird that they're driving each other around and don't have a driver. It's just weird. Because if you pull them over...
But if that's your night off and you actually want to be a human...
Well, and that's the point. The poor officer probably walked in and went, huh.
Is this a joke? Huh. Like three celebrities...
You guys impersonators going to a party or something? You male strippers going to a bridal thing?
Yeah.
That's weird.
That doesn't work.
All right,
let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom, and she is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. Their mortgage is made simple. If you want some answers of all the weird stuff that's happening with interest rates, go into fink-mcgregor.com. Take like 4 minutes. You'll get a whole bunch of answers, and someone calls you back within the next business day. Also, the Vein Clinic. I went to the Vein Clinic, and you can do that too by booking a consultation at theveinclinic.com. Go to the Riverton location. They have pain-free varicose vein removal, and you can actually see it look almost completely normal within a week. And always Black Friday, where everything is 30 to 75% off every day, 12th Street in Ogden. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Erin, here's what's making national and world headlines on Wednesday, March 21st on Gephardt Daily. The man considered to be the chief suspect in the Austin serial bombings is dead. According to Austin Police Chief Brian Manley, the unnamed suspect, described only as a 24-year-old white male, was killed early Wednesday morning after detonating a bomb just as SWAT officers approached his car. Chief Manley said investigators from the Austin PD, the FBI, and the ATF identified the suspect Tuesday night and were tailing him when he pulled his car to the side of the road. Officers were making their way towards the suspect's vehicle when the bomb exploded. At least one SWAT officer was injured during the incident. South Korea and the United States have decided to resume their joint military drills next month while reassuring North Korea that the exercises will be defense-oriented. The South Korean military announced Tuesday that Seoul and Washington's defense ministers agreed to launch the annual drills on April 1st after they were postponed to avoid an overlap with the Winter Olympic Games. Critics in South Korea fear the joint exercises could scuttle planned talks between the U.S. and North and South Korea. And Donald Trump said Tuesday he will soon meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin to discuss the arms race, Syria, Ukraine, and North Korea. Trump said he called Putin to congratulate him on his election victory, and during the call, they said they also agreed to get together soon. Arizona Senator John McCain reacted harshly to Trump's announcement. An American president does not lead the free world by congratulating dictators on winning sham elections, he said. And now time for another look at your Wasatch Front weather, brought to you once again by Brio Technologies, Utah's tip-top audio-visual specialists, and Magic Wash, the originators of the ceramic car wash with outlets in South Ogden and Layton. The second day of spring is here, and once again we can expect mild temperatures ahead of a small storm front moving in towards the weekend. In the meantime, expect highs in the 60s beneath increasingly cloudy skies. You can expect an occasional sprinkle or two along with increasing winds. That's it for now. For more news across the nation and around the world, go to GetPartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, thank you, Daisy. First of all, I got to tell you about All Utah Plumbing. All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Do they do plumbing? Yeah. Do they do heating? Do they do air? Yeah. Purifiers? Yeah, you got that. They keep the water on the inside of the pipes and in your toilet as opposed to on the floor. Give them a call or go to allutahplumbing.com. All right, so.
Okay, this actually has started out with two people who are relatively ill-advised, and I'm not sure who to root for completely.
Okay.
God bless this woman. She's from Utah. She won $10,000 at Montego Bay, just over the border, and
we've
went over
won
Nevada.
money there.
We have.
We go like there once a year driving through. I won $265 with one pull of the thing, and I left with my money intact.
And I won $600, and I also left with my money intact. But you know what? The one thing we didn't do, we went, we won money, look, I won money, and I didn't take the big promotional photo for Montego Bay.
I don't think they do that for $600.
Oh, that's probably true. They did for this lady, though, and she was real happy, and it's like, congratulations on your $10,000 jackpot. Now,
cool.
You would be thinking, perhaps, with the loud and cheerful announcement that this woman is now carrying $10,000 in her purse.
In cash.
Perhaps she could have been accompanied by security
Walk to her car.
She was not.
Really?
So this is going to shock you, but apparently several people had witnessed her winning the $10,000.
Right.
Cashing it,
right.
Putting it in her purse. And one of those, I guess, excitable young people
ne'er-do-wells
hid behind her car. And as yeah, that would be him. He looks warm and wonderful, doesn't he? His name's Tad Marshall.
Hi, Tad.
So he basically ran by, ripped her purse off her arm, and ran away. Now, at this point, there's wailing and much consternation. She contacts security. Security has, as this would surprise you, boatloads of security cameras.
What?
All over every square inch of that property, so they were able to identify him pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. And the police said, yeah, this is Tad Marshall. So
they knew his name.
Here's what they did for his blazing getaway. This is what he did. It's going to shock you.
Okay.
Because the man, obviously wants to go deep to ground.
Right.
Hide. They found him in a parking lot just over the border in Wendover, Utah, with his car and his license plate clearly visible from the street and as you know, the border between Nevada and Utah's Wendover's is about half a step.
Right.
So I'm not even sure he actually.
So he just got over the line.
Parked in a motel parking lot, and
hid from them.
So the officers knocked on the door and went, "Hey, Tad, you got the $10,000?" And he was sitting there with a beer in his hand. He went, "Well, most of it's under the seat in my car."
Oh yeah.
So they went down. Sure enough, it was there where he told them, and he had gotten just enough to, I guess, get some more drugs and nice case of beer.
Tad.
It's like he didn't even try, Tad. He didn't even make an effort.
And I know that they do recreational marijuana, but still, Tad.
And it's not like I'm rooting for you because you did the wrong thing, but, son, you didn't even make an effort. You didn't even try. I don't even... If I were your mother, I don't know what I would be more ashamed of, that you stole the money or that you showed so little initiative.
And I will straighten one part of the story out, is when Erin won, it was $677, I think it was. When she won that, and we went to the window and we cashed the thing in that you get the money, and she put it in her purse.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
And we went out, and I had my old 1969 trailer that I fixed up. We were going to Burning Man, so we're about to get on the road and drive for about another 10 hours. And then so I said, really? You're going to get in the car and not flash the money?
You wanted me to make it rain right there in the parking lot of Montego Bay?
So she just fanned them out. It was awesome.
No, crouched next to the trailer. No one could see us. And then I found it out.
Then she ran and locked herself in the car.
Because I was terrified.
With our winnings.
That there would be just like, a whole troop of people with guns trying to take my $677 away.
Here's something coming up next. The fashion world will be shocked that you can wear pancakes now. And plus the fact there's something we've seen on the highway that you will not ever believe. And it's coming up next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
It's jazzy, right?
Yeah. Welcome back to the Todd and Erin, hey, it's only noon show.
Still not sure what to call it.
I'm still going to go with that one. I think it's only noon.
Todd and I have seen a chilling progression, a chilling societal progression.
We have.
Now, there is a movie called Idiocracy, and if you've never seen it, it is absolutely, Maya Rudolph's in it, and the less famous Luke Wilson.
Right.
Luke Wilson, that sounds awful when I do it like that.
Right.
It's just his brother's more famous. Luke Wilson is in it. That's Idiocracy. Well, the whole point of the show is that they're frozen, and by the time they actually are unfrozen, like 100 years later, the population has become so stupid that it's, and the way they kind of show the progression is, the restaurant chain Fuddruckers.
Right. Oh, don't even go there.
As it progresses.
And Starbucks too.
Through yeah.
So basically, what happens is they start wearing clothes that are just. They look like NASCAR drivers.
Yeah,
they're
all like Taco Bell or
everywhere.
They're all Taco Bell and they've got IHOP ones and so basically
IHOP ones, huh?
Here's the chilling predictor of the future. IHOP has just announced breakfast theme pancakeware. Yep, they're celebrating their 60th birthday.
That makes sense.
With the debut of the breakfast themed clothing, pancakeware.
That could work.
Onesies, lounge pants, socks.
Question for you.
Breakfast themed prints.
What's up with onesies? When did? And I know they've been around. Matter of fact, I had a pair of onesie long underwear when I lived in Maine, with a flap in the back and everything.
That's attractive. I bet you got a lot of dates back then, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought so. Okay. All we're saying is this seems like a chilling predictive indicator for our future. And if you've never seen Idiocracy, it is totally worth going and catching on Netflix. I think it's actually on this month.
With the onesies, it's like you would have to be really careful about placement of things. Different pancakes or fried eggs, sausage dishes.
Some people would pay extra for that. But IHOP is a clean-cut, family-themed restaurant, and they would never make a mistake like that.
Placement wouldn't be an issue with them. I got a comment on Facebook yesterday, and it says, "Why do I see so many weird things?" I have no idea. Erin and I this week have been talking about it. We took a trip to New Orleans and how fun it was, and we had a great time. We put some videos up on Facebook during the shows. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. But we're going to the airport, and this is Sunday. Now, this is the weekend that all the St. Patty's Day parades, including Sunday, were going on. And, like, New Orleans needs an excuse to drink.
That's never been a problem there.
And so, basically, we're, looking at each other, and we're going home. We can't wait to see the kids, and that's great. Mm-hmm. What a great time we had. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, up ahead on the freeway, we're going 65 miles an hour, and this is what we saw.
There's the beads. That's the jacket.
No.
Nice.
Listen,
Only in New Orleans,
See
you
that? And
know.
they're pulled by
funny.
18-wheeler. They're going 60 miles an hour. These are floats that were in the parade.
Now these are not.
Check these people out.
Now these people are not seatbelt strapped in. These people are leaning out and hooting and hollering
And
waving at
drinking.
people and having cocktails.
And look at.
That's my favorite. Now here's the funny part, and I just.
Is
want
there
to
a
point this
funny
out.
part that's
That
frightening?
gets even better. Look at them. They're like, woo! Yes, you are cool. This is the funniest part. This is the Italian American Association that puts on the floats for the St. Patrick's Day.
Italian American?
Yeah, which traditionally we
It's
think
not
would be an Irish-based holiday.
Right.
And they're the ones who put on the biggest floats, and the Italians are the ones who make the big to-do every
It
year.
was just weird. I don't know if you heard, the driver goes, only in New Orleans. And I was just like, the first time and the last time I will ever see a semi-flatbed covered with drunk people standing up at 60 miles an hour.
I think they were passing us. That might have been closer to 70.
One of the things about New Orleans, and this is the geek in me that comes out, New Orleans is basically Jackson Square, Andrew Jackson. It's a big thing in the cathedrals there. But that bend in the river is the sharpest bend in the Mississippi. And so you get to watch these huge cargo ships maneuver around this corner. And so we're gonna leave you with that, and we thank you for watching the Todd and Erin. Hey, it's only noon
Something,
show,
yeah.
whatever it is,
gonna be
and
something.
we'll see you tomorrow morning. Enjoy the mighty Mississippi.